Joe Concha still with us. Let me turn to something else here. George Stephanopoulos says Trump and his supporters contributed to the violent rhetoric in the U.S. after his attempted assassination, and they're still criticizing his reaction. I don't get it.
The attempt on Donald Trump's life, Stuart, is one of the biggest stories that we've covered in our lifetime, right? And it should have resulted in the kind of measured, unbiased coverage the country deserved in this nearly tragic moment. And instead, outlets just completely failed the test, especially Stephanopoulos and Martha Raddatz, talking about how Trump had contributed to nearly his own assassination attempt and something about January 6th. And the fact that CNN had somebody on their air after this assassination attempt happened, Donald Trump nearly had his head blown off on national television, and this person's first instinct is to criticize Trump for letting his supporters, and more importantly, the country and the world know that he was okay and to keep fighting and moving forward, and this analyst somehow has a problem with that? You want to know why the media is as trusted as gas station sushi? Here's a big reason. CNN also had a headline, Stuart, quote, this is right after the shooting, when it was clear the president was shot because he had blood all over his ear and his face. Secret Service rushes Trump off stage after he falls at rally. Whoever wrote that headline, update your LinkedIn page. You should be fired. Of course, that's not going to happen. The Associated Press also had a headline out, quote, Donald Trump has been escorted off the stage during the rally after loud noises ring out in the crowd. Loud noises, like, I don't know, gunshots, where you had Donald Trump stand up there, clearly has blood on his face, and you're going with loud noises? New York Times, Sunday morning. Quote, Trump hurt but saved after a shooting. No, it wasn't a shooting. It was an assassination attempt. That should be in the headline, but that didn't happen. So that's where we are now, Stuart, at this point. You see the headlines on your screen. This is not something that, we have to verify, we have to make sure. Literally 1 minute after Trump was shot, it was clear that he was shot. You could hear the gunshots. I was in Studio M in the green room with Katie Pavlich, Jason Chaffetz. We all saw this. We heard it. We immediately knew what happened. This isn't hard, but this is how our media conducts itself at this point, including that Los Angeles Times story with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bylines on it. Give me a break.
Really? MSNBC pulled Morning Joe off the air today. Instead, the network's airing breaking news coverage on the assassination attempt. According to CNN, MSNBC wanted to, quote, avoid a scenario in which one of the show's stable of 24+ guests might make an inappropriate comment on live television. Oh, my goodness. What do you make of that, Joe? Good Lord.
I think for once, MSNBC did something that was responsible. The bottom line is that Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski over and over again have compared Donald Trump to Hitler. Right. Scarborough literally said on the air this year that Donald Trump, if reelected, will execute generals, execute journalists, execute political opponents. Gee, I wonder if that will incite somebody when you speak like that. Over and over again on that network, they have conducted themselves in a way that is beyond just giving an opinion and you're against Republicans, you're against this policy. That's fine. That's cable news these days. The fact that they got it so personal and compared this man to a fascist, to a racist, to all these things, I'm sorry, you have to pull that show permanently if you're really responsible, because they've gone way over the line at this point, and it's unacceptable given where this country is in terms of the temperature, Stuart.
Joe Concha, rising star. Don't be a stranger. Come back soon, Joe. We need you.
All right, man. See you next Monday.